Welcome, Pisces. This is your weekly Tarot reading for August the 10th through to the 16th, 2015. My name is Tilly, and welcome to Tarot with Tilly, and thank you so much for all of your support, whether it is through hitting the like button, sharing it with your family and friends, or sharing me, I guess, with your family and friends, subscribing, your comments, truly all the love and support you give me each and every day. I thank you so much for. So let's get to the cards. We have the Queen of Swords. So you know what? You want to move forward. That's all there is to it. She is an energy that just wants to move forward. Now she has a plan. Queens and kings always have a plan. You got to watch the pages. You got to watch the knights. But the queens and kings always have a plan. You too have been planning to move forward. You want to move forward. It's going to take courage, and it may be brand new starts. You're willing to use that sword. You lean on that sword with a confidence. In fact, it is your strength. Okay? It's kind of cutting through everything in order to get to the other side, to move forward. Now, it is with the Queen of Cups. So I'm wondering if it has to do with love. It's a general reading, so we're going to read a little bit more into that. It could be knowing where you stand, knowing why you're doing what you're doing, what the reason is behind it, what the motivation is behind it, what the true motivation is behind it. And maybe there needs to be an honesty with yourself before you actually do use this energy to go forward, because I think you want to go forward and you want to do it now. But the cards kind of say you're going to wait, or you should wait at least. Okay, the energy says, you know, you just don't want to start out Monday morning going forward. You want to back it up a little bit. You want to have a heart to heart, maybe just with yourself, maybe with a partner, maybe with a family member, maybe with a boss, a co-worker, somebody in the community. But there really needs to be some heart to heart here before you actually go forward. I think you need some clarity, or you need to get rid of the negative energy, or you need to have that belief in yourself a little bit more before you actually take the first leap, take the first plunge. Okay, now I love this energy, the Queen of Swords, because she's dynamic. She goes after it. Once she's got her mind on it, her eye on the prize, there's no stopping this woman. But you have to understand the reason why, the true reason why you're being motivated into a certain area to go forward. Is it out of love? Is it for money? Is it because of a jealousy or a greed? So you really have to, is it something holding you back? Maybe you're hanging on to something that's really not going to allow you to get out of the starting gate like you want to get out of the starting gate. So I think the first part of the week is leaning definitely towards meditation, towards prayer, to get having that honest conversation with yourself about what is truly motivating you to go forward on your path, so that when you go forward, it is with the strength, it is with the beauty, it is with love as your front reason for going forward and how you go forward. Now we have the Four of Pentacles, the Moon, and the Strength card. The Four of Pentacles, I just love the Four of Pentacles because it gives so much information. This card, to me, I just tap right into this card. Now, this is where you could be hanging on to certain hurts, certain pains, certain ways of doing things. It's part of your past that's trying to stay connected to your future going forward, and you need to sever it. Okay, this is sometimes a longing for something and almost suffocating that want or need to the point where it can't breathe. It could be a person, it could be a situation, it could be a thing. Okay, but this card definitely holds the motto, if you love something, set it free, and if it comes back, it's yours. If it doesn't, it never was. So sometimes we go on and we hold on to that job that we don't really like anyways, because you know, it pays the bills, but there can be so much more out there, and it doesn't allow your passions and your talents to shine. You don't feel that contentment that you should have after a hard day of work. So we hold on to this job because it gives us that false sense of security when we know that we would be much happier doing just about anything else in the world. So you see this great big pentacle door behind you there, that gate? Okay, that's the abundance, that's the happiness, that's the joy, that's the beauty. And it's right through that gate. But first, you really need to pick up those two pentacles that are laying by your feet. So stop hugging yourself. Don't be having the pity party. Don't be pulling yourself down into negative. Don't let other people push you into negative. Disconnect from the past. It no longer holds any more power over you than the power you allow it to hold over you. Pick up those pentacles. Those are your true gifts. Those are your desires. Those is what you can do. That's your talents. It's your beauty. And pick them up and own them. And then march forward. So it's once again going back to the beginning. It's really knowing your strengths. It's really knowing the reason why you're going forward, and it's allowing you to maybe open up your eyes to something that you've been hanging on to. I mean, it could be a relationship. It could be part of the relationship. It could be a very good relationship that you're in, but you're hitting bumps and snags and snarls on the road because of indifference. You've gotten into certain ruts, and it's time to have that heart-to-heart talk. Pardon me. Um, there's a balance too that's needed here. Okay, because very rarely does it. But I mean, look at how balanced that gateway is. Or maybe when you realize where you're going, you start to feel that balance for the very first time. Maybe you're feeling. I mean, we have the moon here, so you might be feeling in a state of confusion or a fog this week. You really need to get to the clarity, and there's the balance again, right? So it's really going inside this week. It's really understanding why you want certain things, how you're going about getting them, and if it's the true way, the right way, or just the way you've always done it. It's having a faith and a belief in yourself. It's allowing that strength to come out. I mean, we have strength right next to it. Your divine wisdom, your strength, your empowerment. That's what comes out of all of this. So, I strongly ask you to use the energies correctly this week and really do a little bit of meditation or a little bit of prayer. Talk to God, your angels, your spirit guides, so that you understand where you are in your path, what got you to this point, and how you want to go forward. And then you go forward in a strength. Then you go forward in an empowerment. And I think, you don't really want to use the Queen of Swords energy here to go forward until you can kind of come to terms with a few of the things in your life where you might be in a rut, or where you've always done a certain thing a certain way because that's just the way we do it. Question your motives. Question why you do certain things, say certain things, act a certain way at certain times. I mean, it's going deep into yourself so that you understand your own true empowerment. And it will be love at the end of the day, I can tell you that, because that's the card here. Okay, when you start to see your path, and the reasons why is because not only do you love what you want to be doing or love who you're going to be with, but it's more than that. It's loving yourself unconditionally, because nobody can love you more than you already love yourself. So it's opening up that heart center to yourself about who you are, where you're going, what your truest desires are, how you're going to get there. Now we have the Five of Cups and the Fool together. Five of Cups is, it might actually be negative for part of the week, okay? And so don't worry about that, okay? Don't let it pull you down even more, whatever negative is happening in your life, okay? Because you are stepping out on a brand new path. That negative will only be there so that you concentrate on it. Let's face it, okay? As humans, when we're happy and laughing and full of joy and in the moment, we don't really care about growing as a person. We're just enjoying the moment. It's when the anxiety comes in, when the things go south, when the roadblock shows up, when the hurdle is there in front of us. That's when we have to sit there and go, okay, how do I move forward? The energy is asking you to look at all of that before you actually move forward, so that you're not walking into a new path with old problems. Now, it could be that you're getting a negative vibe off somebody or a situation. It could be that you are feeling like somebody is being dishonest to you. You could be being dishonest to yourself. And it's for you to turn more towards the positive. So if somebody's being negative to you, I think that you really need to see also what their strengths are. I don't think that, zeroing in just on the negative part is going to be all that helpful to you. In fact, it's going to probably pull you down even more. You really need to find the balance of every situation. So, and in every situation, there is negative and positive, and so you need to define what is negative and what is positive. And out of that, you understand what kind of balance or imbalance there is and how to make it so that it's strong in your life going forward. And then we have the Fool. Now, the Fool's kind of like your last card going into the weekend and whatnot. So I think this is when you come to some great realization. This is when the clarity comes in. This is when you're ready to step on that new path. This is when new opportunities are presented to you by the universe, by God, your angels, your spirit guides. This is when you're ready to go forward. So even though I think the energy is quite heavy for you this week, one, you're prepared for it because I just told you that it's going to happen, so it's not going to weigh you down. And when you know it's going to be a week where you really have to go inward, then plan it, schedule it, make it part of your daily routine. Give yourself 5 or 10 minutes so that you can really experience what you need to think about, the conversations you need to have going forward. I think that if you have conversations early in the week, though, I think you're going to get a lot of confusion, and it might be just not knowing exactly where you sit in the situation. And once you start talking, other things come up and other things come up, and pretty soon you're way over in left field and nothing gets accomplished. I think you're ready to move forward. You're definitely ready to move forward. I don't think it's until the weekend that the energy really relaxes and you get that sense of clarity, that sense of understanding, and you know yourself and you love yourself and you love your goals going forward, and you know the reasons and the motivators behind why you're going forward. So until we meet again, remember, I do love you.